let's talk about Ja Morant, right? A lot of people don't think he should be suspended. Let's just talk about the overall situation now. Apparently, he getting in trouble for flashing guns on the internet. And then when that kind of happened, flashing the gun at the strip club, and when all that came to light, a lot of other stuff started coming to light. You hear Corey Holcomb told a story that, his mom got into it with a Foot Locker or a shoe employee at a Foot Locker finish line type store, all owned by the same company, Champs or whatever it is. And she called Ja Morant up there to handle the business. Him and his 8 boys came up there and chased the dude in the back. He locked himself in the room. They would have just whooped my ass. I'd have sued the shit out of him. As soon as I seen Ja Morant, hey, it's gonna take that ass whooping. Life gonna whoop your ass anyway. Why not get paid for it? And that just lets you know the mentality. When you start hearing stuff like that, allegedly, let me say allegedly, but when you start hearing stuff like that, now you kind of know the mentality of where you come from. I remember my mom got into it when she stayed in an apartment with one of the employees, and she was gonna call me, but her husband was like, "No, don't do that shit. Don't do that." You know what I'm saying? And that's the right thing to do. Like, if you really, women are emotional. You know what I'm saying? So everything is on emotion, and then it's hard for them to say they sorry and shit, or they was wrong. They'll do anything. They give up the twat. They do anything but say, I'm sorry. You find a woman that say sorry and she got control of emotions, and you hear this debate about Ebony K and regular men and hurt being old. But one of the benefits, which I tell y'all is usually cons and benefits on both sides of dealing with an older woman, a lot of them know how to control their emotions. A lot of them are, same thing with older men. A lot of them know how to control their emotions, and they have peace with it. They know how the game go, but that's another conversation. And then you hear them kind of make this argument. This is kind of what I'm going to kind of get deep into in a second or in a minute, where they say, well, he's setting a bad example for the youth. Man, I'm going to go in on that. But then these pictures of Chris Kaman at the gun range and with a gun posing from back in like the mid 2010s surface, and people saying, well, why wasn't Chris Kaman, suspended? I don't really agree with that argument. Because it's different. He ain't on social media. He ain't at a public place other than the gun range or something like that waving his gun. So you can't really make that comparison. I don't know the true backstory. I just seen the picture. You can't make that comparison. And a lot of people defending Ja Morant. Hey, that's your right to defend Ja Morant. But the issue that I got with him, waving the gun and trying to be gangster, people act like, well, they didn't allegedly point a beam at an Indiana Pacers security or something like that. Come on, and that gun that he had, or was a beam in that the new video, there was a green beam in that car. So one of them guns had a beam on there. So you're hearing all these incidents where he want to get physical. Yo, if you got 8 niggas around you, hey, you go send them. You supposed to be hands off, like you supposed to be hands off. You supposed to be hands off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go send them niggas. They do stuff like that. So you hear these incidents about confronting high schoolers and doing all this type of shit and all that, bruh. If you got this number of alleged incidents against you, bruh, he need to go. I think he need to go sit down for a long time. I hate to say it. And I'm not saying it because I feel like him waving that blicky was wrong. Hey, he got a right to bear arms, stay in the car. He can do whatever the fuck he want to do, right? I don't think he broke no law by, kind of waving a gun in the video. It's reckless. It sends the wrong message and stuff of that nature. But all these incidents he getting into and trying to portray and throwing up gang signs on the court and trying to portray this, that, and the third, he need a reality check. He don't want the real reality check. And people say, well, what's the real reality check? When you brandish guns and you waving guns and you putting beams on people, and this only shit that we know about. These dudes out here want to try you. Trust me. When they see Ja Morant, his 8 niggas going to eat, in a different city or whatever, so these dudes gonna want to try you, bro. Not because just the gang member aspect of it. These dudes, when rappers go to other cities, no other genre outside of hip hop, when they go to other cities, get tried. Remember 2 Chainz got chased with that dude who had that big ass alien weapon in the Bay Area? When rapper, man, go listen to Just Like Compton by DJ Quick. That's a real story. He said he stopped touring after that. He said it wasn't worth it no more. You know, no matter if you spitting hard flows or you like Father MC or you like the Candyman, excuse me, you know, or MC Hammer, these dudes want to try you when you in the hip hop genre, especially when you a rapper. So you think in the generation of more degenerates and stupid, with people who don't have any moral code left, is not when they see Ja Morant and his homies, you think they ain't gonna want to test their mind and see what's up and try to pony down on Ja Morant? You crazy. He making himself a target. And when somebody shoot him, all they got to do is say, well, you know, they flashed that gun. We had to defend ourselves. And he got a long history. He need a scare. And I'd rather him get a scare by them fucking with his money and getting a suspension than somebody, you know, putting something up in him. Pause. He'd rather have that scare. Than somebody, you know, they gonna try him when they see him out and about. And they gonna really see what you waving that gun, what you really about. That's what they gonna see. So, you know, he just too reckless, bruh. And Shannon Sharp said every day damn near, money make you more what you already are. Flat out. But this whole thing where he's setting a bad precedent or he's setting a bad example and all that, how many other bad examples do you see on the internet? I mean, you go on Instagram, all you do is see naked women. Most of them are naked, especially on Twitter. You know, all you see is bad examples going up Instagram. Him waving a gun, well, he has millions and 10 millions of fans. Look here, man, these kids already far gone. Let's stop acting like it's about the children. Y'all politically correct, right? Very, very politically correct. All these parents trying to shelter their kids, and it's the worst generation we ever seen. So let's stop trying to make it about the children. Most of these kids can cuss. Most of these kids can do what they want to do. They beating up teachers, pepper spraying teachers. You can't blame Ja Morant. Just like Charles Barkley, I ain't a role model. They still doing that regardless of whether Ja gonna wave a blicky or not. That ain't doing no harm in the world. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me, Ja Morant ain't doing no harm in the world by waving a gun. So miss me what he trying to say that, man, these kids is bad. They 6, 7 years old cussing. They 10, 11 smoking weed, having sex. Can't blame Ja, no NBA player, for none of the stuff they doing. You can't blame them. So let's stop trying to make it about the children, please. Y'all done sheltered, y'all done, you know, made these children soft, and they as worse as they bad as ever. Let's stop it. Well, you know, Adam Silver, he's setting a bad, you know, example, bruh. Ain't nothing but bad examples around, and the worst example is this politically correctness. And y'all wonder why, you know, men and women hate each other in the West, in the Western world, in the United States. You wonder why. This is what they want to do. They want to control the population. That's one thing I could think of. And this thing is getting deeper than black men and black women. And that's why you got a lot of these women, part of it, and a lot of these dudes that's turning into the LGBTQ community, especially women. Well, they can always come back. Men, hey, once you switch over, man, in our mind, in everybody's mind, you can't come back. Another benefit of being a woman. That's, you know, that's why. Social media will condition you that there's no good men and women out there. There ain't nothing but hate. I just say, guess what? Go figure out, find out for yourself. But Ja Morant waving the blicky, in my humble opinion, Let's not make it about the children. Stop it. But I think just looking at the pictures of Chris Kaman, him posing in the hunting shop or the gun shop, you can't compare that. Ja Morant continues to bait the NBA. He said, you know what? You can't do that. Stop doing that. That's not right. On top of all the other shit you did, we let you get away with. That's not right. Don't do it. You know what he say? Middle finger to y'all, bro. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. And you trying them people, bro. He had it coming. But hey, man, that's all I gotta say. I ain't gonna cook too much on it, man. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live word drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, the whole nine. Peace.